somebody who's been training as long as you have, with as much intentionality behind what you're doing, you're selecting exercises that make your body balanced. And that's not a given for the average person, right? So when you're training your, let's say, leg press to full knee flexion, like all the way to the bottom, you're probably also doing the thing that trains out on the other side of the joint. So full extension, you're probably, right? So you're doing both sides of the joint. And that's really important for the listener to acknowledge, is like, if I'm going to take my hip into full hip flexion, I also want to take my hip into full hip extension. And so both of those are really important. And then you're creating sort of balanced joint forces that allow the joint to work in its most optimal centrated position. And so like the things you do probably unconsciously now, the average listener won't. And I think that's important just to acknowledge, like, hey, this stuff can work, but don't just like watch it. Because what'll happen is they'll watch you do a leg press, like, oh, Eric says I have to do this leg press, ass to ankles and my knees touch my ears, but they don't realize there's probably 4 other exercises that you're doing with that as well to balance out the stimulus around a joint. Just want to throw that out there to people, because some people hear sound bites, or this may be extracted for a YouTube video or an Instagram video, and like, hey, there's a lot to what you do. It's not just like, hey, this is the one thing that I do in this one way. There's a way that you write a program. There's a way that you think in your mind that is deep. It's a lot deeper than the superficial stuff.